Xin chào bạn, chào mừng bạn đã quay lại với kênh của Phạm Minh Hoàng. Hôm nay Hải sẽ giới thiệu với bạn một chủ đề, chia sẻ với bạn một chủ đề, đó là chắc chắn cái này là những thứ bạn chưa bao giờ nghe tới. Ok.
People call in sick for work that have a migraine. What the has happened to us? You can't hit a home run unless you're in the batter's box and you swing away, right? Actions have consequences. There is no work-life balance.
Top 10, I got a top 10. Got my motivation high for my top 10. Gotta learn from the wise women and men. All my life, like 9 to 9. For my top 10, top 10, 9 to 9. This one's for my top 10.
Actions have consequences. There is no work-life balance. There's work-life choices and they have consequences. I still work 60 or 70 hours a week and I haven't had to work for 35 years. People ask me, Mr. Pena, how do you get up every morning if you don't have to work for 35 years? I'm a barrio bad boy who lives in a 15th century historical castle, like Disneyland. The successful kids that I coach that fly around in jet planes now, money's not everything. The only thing that anybody keeps track of making $1 million.
Nhớ bấm đăng kênh và bấm nút chuông nha. Ok.
$2 million a year. Work like dogs. 120 to 140 hours a week. I'm going to say it again. 120 to 140 hours a week. The high performance kids want to continue to learn. They find a mentor, somebody that is where they want to be today, and they mimic, model, copy them. The way I continue to stretch myself at my old and tender age is I do crazy shit. Other than tripping over the chair, yeah, I do crazy shit. Still, this is 2014. This is just last year. I jumped out of the stratosphere in Las Vegas, 855 feet. Now I have artificial knees, artificial hip, artificial shoulders. I have no right long head bicep from bummed up from various things that have happened to me. So I should not be jumping out of an 855-foot tower. Then I gotta land like this. So my lovely wife says, Dan, why don't you go watch the people land? She's thinking if I see them land, then I won't jump. No, I don't want to focus on anything negative, no negative shit. So I go up to the top and I jump. Well, I didn't land. On YouTube, we cut out the part of me falling on my head and rolling into the cement. We cut that shit out so it looks like I landed like this, but I didn't. I landed into the cement, and because my knees couldn't take the pressure, because I had full knee transplants a couple years ago, both knees. But I continue to do stuff like this, to continue to push myself outside my comfort zone. And if I'm pushing myself outside my comfort zone in my 70s, it could be easy. Now, I'm not suggesting any of you jump off buildings. I'm not suggesting any of those things. But what I'm suggesting is the older you get, kids, and this is directed to the students here, the harder it is to push yourself outside your comfort zone. But then you got a family, you got kids, you got a mortgage, you got your mother and father to take care of, you got a half-breed mongoloid idiot for a sister. Well, life catches up with you. You can't hit a home run unless you're in the batter's box and you swing away, right? Everybody understand that? Most of you have never been in the batter's box or on the crease. So in that regard, you really, and I'm not giving you an excuse for not being more successful, but in that regard, I can cut you a little bit of slack because you've never put yourself in a position to succeed. But it's been out of fear. Everybody in this room has had an opportunity to succeed at something. But fear has kept you back. False expectations appearing real. What we didn't know when I was growing up, I was born with peripheral neuropathy. Meaning the nerve endings in my hands and my feet were dead and dying. i.e., I'm uncoordinated. But then you said I was an uncoordinated fat bastard. challenge it. They didn't test for work when I was back in those days. They said I was retarded because I was slow. I had OCD and ADHD, which I had to diagnose in those days. They used to stand me in the corner with a dunce cap. And if I turned, dunce cap, one of those things from my head. If I turned around, they put me in a closet. They took the dunce cap off my head, put me in a closet. Until my parents would come pick me up. I'd be in there 4, 5, 6 hours. I'd shit myself and piss myself. They wouldn't let me out. Then my father would pick me up and give me a beating again. Because the teachers and the nuns were always right in those days. Now just imagine if your little sensitivities endure that growing up. That just made me stronger. Because it's not what happens to you in life, it's how you interpret what happens to you in life. It builds your character, which translates ultimately into your destiny. Now I was a bad kid. You don't know anybody around you who tried to kill his teacher. I did. I tried to kill my teacher. Fortunately, by the grace of Allah or somebody, I wasn't good at killing men at 11, 12 years old. Coming from the neighborhood I came from, there was plenty of guys that were better at it than I was. I dropped an aquarium from the 2nd floor onto the teacher who pissed me off. Kind of reminds me of Coach, actually. He looks kind of like that. And he moved 6, 7 inches, and instead of hitting him in the head, caved into his clavicle, and his shoulder was down here. Now, if I had unfortunately killed that teacher, I wouldn't be here today. I would have gone to prison, blah, blah, blah. So all these things that happened to me made me a stronger person. But no one does know initially, up front. You have to try. You have to swing at the plate. A kid like you, if you had to keep track of 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, what you do.
You want people with a like mind and that are better than you, smarter than you, more intelligent than you to get on your bus.
Now, when you measure your life, what you've accomplished, or the lack thereof, or how long it took you to discover that you were pissed off and that you were going to subject yourself to an experience like this, you can think how much time you do waste. And one of our successful mentees, a Dutch guy, he said, you just learn how to sleep faster, which you really can't do that, but I mean, because when you realize when you wake up the first time and you say, well, I'll go back to sleep for a little longer. Well, the first time you woke up, you probably can get up. And you don't need to go back to sleep for a little longer. I didn't believe in being homesick. I got gangrene in my hand when I was going to boot camp. And one of the last things my dad said, you never go on sick leave. Only wusses go on sick leave. I got gangrene, I almost lost my left hand. But I didn't go on sick call, or whatever it's called. The officer of the day, which was a young second lieutenant, and I was curled up in my bunk, and he says, what's wrong with Pina? And my hand's all puffed up and green like this. It's all right, Lieutenant. It's all right. I was an enlisted man first. It's all right. They took me off and they lanced, and I almost lost my hand. But my dad said, only wusses go on sick leave. Now, people call in for work because they got diarrhea. People call in sick for work that have a migraine. What the has happened to us? I'm just currently surrounded with kids, guys, young men that are on the same mission. This won't always be the case. When you get out there in life, not athletic life, it's very difficult to find a group like this. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Self-esteem is built the first 7 or 8 years of life. Who are you around the first 7 or 8 years of life? Mom, maybe dad, an older brother, a grandparent, right? So if you're lacking self-esteem, you leave your family. Doesn't have to stay that way. Doesn't have to stay that way. You got to be selfish. You want your needs more than their needs. Otherwise, you're going to have a tough time. Not impossible. It'll take you, you know, I told you the longest, it'll take you 12 years. One of the nicest human beings in the world, it took him 12 years. He's a prince among men. He gets honorary awards and for, you know, humanitarian of the year and like that. 12 years to close a goddamn deal. So he can take all those honorary bullshit, he can shove them up his ass, because that's what they're worth. I never got a man, well, I got one man of the year, I stand corrected, but a humanitarian of the year, I sure never got. There's probably some of you in this room that got some like that. And it's that's what you get when you're 70, 75, 80 years old. If you've already got it, you did something wrong. So how possibly serious can you be about being an entrepreneur? How? Well, the guy in Chicago, well, that's too far. Miami, Florida. The guy in Mississippi, that's too far. The guy in you all got a reason, right? Now I'm going to show you, for those of you, I have a link on my site. The two most famous, in my opinion, the two most famous links are Deal Flow, where you find deals, and the second link is where do I get the money? That's exactly what it's called. Those two links on my site, free. They're the two links that are the least clicked on. The least. Some days I get 2 clicks. Some weeks I get 5. Some months I get 20. Why would you come to my site if you don't want to know where the money is? I give a podcast on each free on the site. This is on the site too. These are the sources. Because you're pretending to want to be an entrepreneur. You're pretending to want to create wealth. You're pretending. You're not serious. Like attracts like. If you're a powerful, when you find somebody, powerful people are attracted by powerful people, not just weightlifting, but because you do what you say and you say what you do. When you go out to play in the next few days for the coaches, and they're going to expect all you can be. By definition, you have a contract. They're going to give you the best coaching they know how, and you're going to give them the best performance you know how. But that's not good enough for me. I want you to outperform. I want you to be better than you've ever been. And you've all got it within you. You've all got it within you.
Ok, bạn muốn Hoàng làm video về chủ đề gì hãy comment ở dưới. Bạn thấy video hữu ích hãy thanh và giúp Hoàng chia sẻ nó nha. Xin chào, hẹn gặp lại.